Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to 22 Panels and the Love and Rockets Book Club. And somehow I'm still awake because those of you who listen to everything, hi Mom, hi John, maybe Britt. Um, uh, I, I I've been recording for most of the day now. I talked comics with Tyler this morning, and then played Die with five other people for 5 hours, and now we've got Love and Rockets, and I had one yesterday too, which was a great interview that's available right now with Chris Schweizer and Alex Schrader. Anytime you can bring opera and comics together, it's a good thing.
Mm.
So go check that out, the House of Bartolo discussion. But
Y-
now
y-
it's time for Love and Rockets 45, and if I start snoring, just somebody tell me to mute myself. So, hey Maria, hey Marisol.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
dear.
how,
you're a
how,
real trooper, that's for
how is
sure. Yeah,
everybody doing?
yeah, good,
Doing
good.
good.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the events.
No, Tyler and I touched on that
Yeah.
this morning, and that's all I'm ready to until we know a lot more, which we may or
Yes.
may not ever know. Um,
Yeah.
but I
Well,
am ready to talk about Bread, Love, and Maria.
yes.
Uh,
What about the
Yeah.
cover? Let's talk
yeah,
about
the
that
cover's
cover
pretty
because
cool.
it's
I do like the cover.
that
Coverage
thing with the
good.
mole.
Miss
All the
Luminosa,
girls have this
1948.
mole.
Yeah.
All the girls have this mole on the right side of their face, and he actually makes a little cut a cutaway to a
Right.
close up of the mole. You know, was that
Well, I mean,
is
beauty
that
marks
like
are important.
Yeah.
yes
Um, I mean, this
uh
was 94. Um,
yeah,
so I
but
mean, I want to say Cindy Crawford was on top of the world by then, and she have a
oh yeah,
beauty
for
mark in
sure.
roughly the same spot?
Well, so did
I don't know.
Marilyn Monroe.
See,
I mean,
so I mean,
Uh,
I mean,
there's a
it's
long history.
yeah.
yes. No, but it's 19 the Miss Luminosa 1948, and yeah, I'm just wondering what he's trying to say there with the mole, like really
Yeah.
small, mama, mama, mo. No, yeah, beauty spot. Whether it's real or it's makeup, but
I
they're
mean,
all obviously it's the mark of beauty at the time.
I'm gonna go with it's real on one, maybe two of them, and makeup
Yeah.
on the others.
Yes, yes, indeed. And I think that's Maria's lips that I think
Yeah,
It's Maria's is real because it's got even a little highlight there
right,
uh,
right.
on the beauty marks. They're all trying to look like Maria, I think.
Well, and
Anyway,
that would foreshadow um a future um running thing where everybody wants to be Fritz. So,
yeah, oh, okay.
yeah. Yeah,
And
that's a
Maria's the most
that's definitely a
most
thing
well
going on
endowed of
now is
all.
everybody wants to be
Hmm.
Fritz.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
Okay. There you go. So, Bread Love and Maria.
Red, Love, and Maria.
So this is about the origin story of the twins, I guess. So this
Yeah.
is about their father, who was the
And it's about Gorgo being
accountant,
a badass.
and Gorgo. Yeah, Gorgo always being in the background. I guess it's
Mhm.
these are Gorgo's memories, aren't they? Because
Yeah,
in
I mean
these,
I really think that
yeah,
this is overall like the story of Gorgo protecting the kids,
yeah, yes,
etc.
Mhm.
We're seeing a little bit more of, we've got our beauty contest, and we've got uh, more mob violence.
Yeah.
Uh, the head in the
uh,
refrigerator is nice.
yeah.
And I think this is actually
I love how
right around the time, I forget if it was Gail Simone, wasn't it? That that started the uh when did Gail
the
Simone
what?
start that?
Mm.
Gail Simone, the comic book writer, had a list of um uh essentially it was called Women in Refrigerators. Oh, no, it's still 5 years before um
Uh,
she said that. But it's a trope that she's credited with creating, where essentially the idea that the woman is only there to be saved or to have her abuse or her um murder um
Sold.
oh, to
further the male
advance the,
story.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, that
S-
makes kind of sense. Yeah,
so
makes sense.
the male head in the refrigerator just made me laugh. Um,
Mm. Yes.
and I think she
It's,
actually came up with it because there was literally a scene in some. Oh yeah, Kyle Rayner came home, so one of the Green Lanterns, to find that the villain Major Force had killed his girlfriend and stuffed her into the refrigerator.
Oh,
So
I
that's
heard
well, it's
about that.
also
So like
right.
well,
literal
and
freezing,
actually,
yeah.
wait a minute. That was in Green Lantern Volume 3, number 54 in 1994. So actually,
Oh, hey, that's the
Hmm.
year I was born.
that that well, and it's also the year this issue came out. Um, the
Are they
the
connected?
so I wonder if the Gilbert is making a
A
statement,
point. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Could be. Yes, indeed.
or if it's just dumb luck.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah, it could be. I guess his female characters are much more,
much more
fleshed out
central to
than
the
the
story,
usual.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, they're still, um, very sexualized.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
it's their beauty that sort of, it's
Well,
Maria's beauty that
and they're
motivates a lot
also
of stuff
allowed
for
to
the
have a
men.
sex life, but
Yeah.
that's not always. It's only part of their definition. It's not like strictly their defining characteristic, and they're uh
Yeah.
more than just the men in their life.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, but Maria and
Yeah.
Luba are very much
Oh yeah.
objects of desire
Oh, definitely.
for a lot of
Yeah.
people, and that kind of shapes their story, like the
Well,
sort of,
and both of
and they
them,
shape the story of other people, like,
yeah. I
you
mean,
know
both of them like uh evolve in the ways that they um react and or use that in their lives.
mm. Yeah, they use it to get ahead, or to, like, yeah, it feels like they're
I think
constantly
Luba, as she gets
fleeing
Mhm.
older,
fleeing men.
comes to resent it a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
but definitely when she was younger, it's like, oh, this is how I can get what I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it worked.
Well, at
Yeah, because
least
that's
until
the only
people started
value.
dying,
Yeah. It works
Yes.
to an extent.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And then, funnily enough, they both have to run away from whoever they're with,
Right.
Yep.
and go, and I love yeah, I'm just scrolling through my comic here, and I love the
Mhm.
Daisy May outfit in the party, from Little Abner, page 6. So she's in a dress-up party and she's dressed like Little Abner's Daisy May. That's a character, you know.
Gotcha.
Are you guys too young to remember this? Do you
I'm
know
too
Little
young to know
Little
who
Abner?
that
Abner
is.
that well.
Okay. Well,
He's
I
he's
mean,
on my list to learn a little bit more about, but I've
yeah.
heard Al
So
Cap wasn't
anyway,
such a good guy.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, whatever, you know, it's like, but anyway, it's a great nod to the classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
when Gorgo and the farmers go nuts on the mobsters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I love the arms
Wild.
getting chopped off.
The machete across the bald spot.
Yeah. And the incredulous look on his face, like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's just like,
like
oh, wait a minute.
I'm dead. Yeah, I love the arms getting chopped off. You
Yeah,
know, the
chop off an
the two,
arm. He goes to shoot with the other arm. It gets chopped off.
Yep.
He's
and
swinging
then it's
around his
just
arms with the blood shooting
blood.
out, and then just like the surprise when the machete comes down on his head.
And I love that there's
It's
no,
it's like
yeah,
Tarantino via
yeah,
uh Gilbert
comics.
Hernandez. Yeah,
And I love that there's no movement lines, there's no sound. It's like a soundless,
right.
slow motion shot, isn't it? Like it's got a sort of a
Yeah.
everything goes quiet in that shot. There's no
It's almost
thunk.
like it freezes there and then cuts to Gorgo.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Who's actually walking away because you can see in the background that they're still beating on him.
Oh yeah, those guys are chopping him into pieces. Which yeah.
And he's going to have
Yeah.
wine.
Yep.
Mm.
With this old guy, isn't he Gorgo's dad?
I thought he was, is he Gorgo's dad? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've seen in an
Yeah.
earlier issue, I think this same old guy.
Yeah. No,
Um,
we've seen him. It's been a while.
mhm.
Yeah, no, he's saying
But
just the
Gorgo
women,
talked to
then
him
son,
once or
just the
twice.
women.
Yeah.
And then obviously the girls get in touch with their dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like one of them calls him at the end.
And then we go to Texas.
Angelitas.
I think this first story, I think at least the last three panels, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's supposed to take place like just before the older guy finds Luba. Because I think we had
Possibly.
seen that older guy. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
a couple issues ago we saw a panel where he died after he had actually found where Luba was.
That's possible.
Yep.
And I think this might be just like right before that.
Was it where Luba
Yeah.
was or where Maria was?
I think Luba.
Okay.
Okay.
I think there was a certain point where like Fritz and oh my god. Why
It's
am I
such a
blanking on the name?
saga. Yeah.
Fritz and her sister, they
It's-
were asking
Fritz
because
and
Gorgo
Petra.
had let slip there was another
Yeah,
sister.
Fritz and Petra.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Gorgo knew the whole time where Maria was.
Yeah.
Or like he'd never lost track of her.
Right. Well, I mean, he was her guardian in the States too.
Mm-hmm. It was just Luba that he had asked help looking for.
Yeah, I think it was Luba that he had to go find again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this is such a sprawling saga that you kind of gotta go back
Right.
and
Yeah.
reread.
See that
You know, go
you
back
gotta
to
love
who-
the Nixon 68.
Where's that?
in the back on panel 4, Nixon 68. And then she's out there naked because I said I'd rather vote for Humphrey if I was a citizen.
Oh yeah. So they're in the yeah Republican convention or something.
Right.
Shit. Yeah. Uh, great
Yes.
story. So we're in Texas
Then we're in
now,
Texas
right?
at a
And
nice
Yeah.
picnic where we get to see
with
everybody.
family picnic with Maggie's dad and Esther and
I think
Maggie's
I think
All the family.
stepmother.
Esther, you can kind of see that Esther and Maggie are kind of not even kind of like really jealous of the fact that dad seems to have found somebody that he's happy with the second time around, who appears to be a
Mm,
good
Hmm.
mother, who makes
yeah,
him be a good, so they're playing with these kids and they're enjoying themselves, and at the same time, um,
yeah. The
They don't like
stepmother
her.
comes out.
yeah, at the same time, they're just jealous.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
it's like they want to enjoy it, and they certainly don't want to take it out on the kids.
Yeah, the
Um,
kids love their mom or
right.
love her.
But
Yeah.
it's hard for them to watch all of this.
Hmm.
Um, Esther's realizing that it was even harder on Maggie
Mm,
because Maggie was old enough that she got sent off to be all by herself at Vicky's. Um,
yeah.
Hmm.
Esther's kind of realizing that she and her brothers didn't weren't necessarily easy for their mom.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it's that bittersweet thing that is kind of unique to the broken. I mean, there's bittersweet things with non-broken families too, but like
This is unique to like this specific
yeah,
scenario.
when you have the split families and um you get to see like a sub generation have things significantly better than you had it, where they're like
Mm,
they're your siblings, not your nieces and nephews, not, they're your
yeah.
siblings, but because there were different marriages, they barely feel like your siblings because, there's a decade between you or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
Mm.
and you got to go, oh, why didn't I get that?
Why didn't I get that advice?
Why didn't I get to be out in the field with my dad standing next to me playing softball? Um,
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah,
Woof.
totally. I
it's
mean,
this whole mix of, the your parents were younger then, and you know they clearly weren't as well paired as they are now,
Hmm.
and or weren't as well employed. I mean, there's just
yeah,
so many
it
It's a
must
things
have
lot.
that even as a
more,
teenager,
more,
it's hard to think about with your parents, but certainly as a kid, you have no idea why your parents are going through this or that or whatever, which doesn't mean that it doesn't affect your life.
mm,
Hmm.
yeah,
It
exactly.
all does in
Yeah.
just different ways.
Yeah.
So who's this person on page 14 or page, yeah. Uh, who's that woman? Is that his mom? Is that like a imaginary Maggie's mom? Is it, um,
Where?
she appears in the picnic and everybody's looking at her and then she walks past. Who is that? This woman with long hair and a
Don't
bikini.
know.
Um,
I
I
can't,
thought at first it was one of the sisters.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know
But
for
why
certain
is why
either.
is everybody staring at her? Yeah, it's like
I mean, I kind of wonder if it's supposed to be like because it's still um Esther telling the story, and she's
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking about how Maggie was all alone. So I wonder if she's like imagining a younger Maggie
that's not Maggie.
or a younger mom in this situation.
Yeah,
Because I mean, that's what
I
she's
think
talking
it's
about here.
yeah, I think
Yeah, but
it's
like
like
in the
mom.
bottom left panel, the only one to look back at her is Maggie.
Is
So
Maggie. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, maybe not so much a
Um,
younger Maggie, but maybe their mom.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I think. That's what I was wondering. And yeah, it's definitely not Maggie. That's not Maggie's eyes. You can like that's a
Yeah.
very
Mhm.
distinctly not Maggie.
Yeah.
You know how Maggie looks. He's really good at keeping
Yeah.
Maggie looking like Maggie, and
Right.
everybody,
Right.
you can
Mhm.
always recognize the guy. That's not Maggie. Um, but yeah, it's it's almost like her imagination. Yeah,
Or it
not
could
sure what it's.
literally just be a stranger on the beach that she's paying more attention to because she's alone.
No, no,
That's true.
I don't think.
That's true.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
the
not
only reason
nice.
I wonder about that is the you got people starting to look at her in the middle three panels. You got people kind of starting to look towards her. You've got her in the middle, and then like everybody's staring
Mhm.
at her,
Yeah, I know.
almost like somebody that just like crashed their
Just
barbecue
showed up.
and then walked away.
Yeah,
It's like, what are you doing here? And then she
maybe
walked away.
the dad, maybe
Like, who are you?
yeah. The only one not looking is the dad. Why
Right.
is that? Yeah, it's really interesting. Hmm. Yeah, it's a real mystery. It's either to me, it's either if she's imagining her mother turning up, and she's imagining the reaction of everyone, or is it somebody that we are yet to meet that maybe is having
Right.
an affair with the dad, or who the fuck is it? Anyway, yeah, I
Yeah.
was really
Hmm.
intrigued by that. I was like, what is that? Who is that?
And then we got Opie on the Road
Yep.
from Jaime Folsom Hernandez.
I love that
I love
splash
drummers who
page.
sing. Drummers who sing are awesome.
Hmm.
Did you see this sign here? Husband dead, kids dead, please help.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
I had to zoom in to catch that.
yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I love that. Like guitarist is great. Like they're just slouching away. Like great character building there.
Yeah.
The guitarist.
Do we want to come hang out in your neighborhood rather than going on the Hollywood Graveline tour? That's funny. Go get on the bus.
Yep.
Yeah, and she
And
meets.
she gets there,
Of course, it's
meets
Joey's
up with her
act.
brother's
Yeah,
uh
Janet Polo.
ex-girlfriend.
And then yeah, it's an interesting. That's it's right up
Reminiscent
Maggie.
day.
Joey's. Sorry, Hopi's. She's right up Hopi's
I do like
alley. It's so
her
cute.
realization at the end. I learned that my brother and I have two things in common. We're both manipulative dog shit pigs, but we also have excellent taste in women.
Yeah, yeah. I love that she tries to seduce her. Right? She tries to. Yeah, it's cute. Hmm.
And she's thinking of Texas.
Yes, because she told her
Right.
because Janet told her about that
Right,
Maggie is in Texas.
right. That Maggie's still out in Texas.
Maggie. Maggie's always on her mind.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
still haven't gotten back together.
No,
No.
It's been
they haven't seen each
And
other in a
then
while.
like 10 or 20
and then
issues now.
who turns up but Ray
Uh, and the
Ah.
KKK.
comes to help us. Yeah. So it's one of those childhood stories.
I
love
love how he
the
describes himself as a senior in high school, but then they draw them as like middle schoolers.
Yeah.
yeah the kind of caricatures
Right.
of kids. They like the adults don't
He's
look much
definitely putting
taller.
on. He's definitely using his Charlie Brown, Dennis the Menace mode.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
slightly older. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love the in the protest, the white guy. We've all got to stick together. We can't defeat them, all of us. And he's got this sort of
Pipe hidden in paper.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like a character study of a certain type of
Oh yeah,
protester, I guess.
yeah.
and he's got the same face in this
Yeah.
page. We're going to regroup and meet at the park. We can do it.
Well,
And
and then the neighbor that calls them
then
commies.
yeah, he looks like Frankenstein. He's got the great characters, sort of like language, I guess, if you want to say it.
Little
You know,
kids.
I
You
find it
guys in
funny
the
that like here on this
KKK?
page,
do we look like the
like here on this
KKK?
page in the top
Nah.
middle panel, you just have the kid wandering in the middle of all this chaos.
And the
With like his
cops
little
look
bowl
like
cut.
the cops all look the same nose, same ears, same sharp teeth. Yeah, no,
Oh.
it's great communication there with the
And then of course the bangers come by at the end.
yeah, and they look
Yep.
scary too. They're freaking scary.
I like this end panel
Yeah.
though. Every event in this
Then in the
story was
story.
true. The names were changed because I felt like it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. I love his cartoony stuff. 'Cause it really
yeah. The
he really
cartoony style they do there is
tells
some of
it.
the funniest.
Yeah. Yeah, but the shapes, all the shapes he uses, like that page 25 or 27 or 25,
Mm.
top left, like they got the fat lady and the skinny lady
Right.
and the Mexican guy.
With the
So,
mustache.
yeah,
Mhm.
and
He'd be like
but
Ray's
just
dad.
different, yeah, different shapes on everybody, and it's
Yeah.
just really great shape language. Mm. Okay, and then Angelitas Dos,
Well,
number 2, part 2.
Maggie and Esther are moving in together.
Yeah.
And
And look who comes to visit.
Yeah,
And
I
it
love
enero.
I love it when
And
she's
then
like, Esther,
Paseo.
would you think me weak if I went to see an arrow?
And then she finds him screwing some guy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
okay. But it's a great pose too when she's just sneaking out of the.
She's just
I love that
tiptoeing out of
panel
there.
actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
And the hot guy downstairs that used to work in the
Definitely,
beauty
as
parlor.
soon as I saw him, I thought, oh, he's gay. So
Well, I
he's,
mean, we don't know yet. Maggie's not a reliable narrator right now. She's just
no,
found out that the guy that she went off to have a quickie with was willing to have a quickie with a guy when she said no initially. So she might just
And
be
he's got a wife too.
right.
might
She
just
might just
be
be down
painting
on men
everybody with.
right now.
He might be.
But yes, it does feel likely.
Yeah, he's got that soft face and
Right.
yeah, pretty nice.
Um,
Yeah,
I
I
do find that
love
like
the
bottom
bottom
right
three
panel
panels
funny.
though.
yeah. Trump
Yeah.
ban.
Oh no, I'm crying and now I've farted. My life is over. So Esther's like, really? Watch this. Oh wait, maybe that was a little too much.
Yeah. You think
And she
anyone
turns the
heard? I
light
wouldn't be
off.
surprised if the Martians just canceled their full-scale attack on Earth. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
my
No.
goodness.
So
Oh,
what's
it's
going on with
funny.
Maggie here emotionally? She's kind of a bit.
Right.
She's still at a, you know, she's still kind of not grounded. She needs either
Yeah.
Hopi or Ray or someone.
Yeah, she doesn't
Mhm.
know who she is or what she wants, or I mean, she really just doesn't know anything right now.
But
Yeah,
it feels
she's also
also
tied a lot
like,
of who she is
mm,
to other people.
Right.
mm,
Um,
Like
she's
you remember
yes,
at the
and
beginning with like when she was working for Rand Race
right.
yes,
and all that happened with him.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
and that's right. And
in
then she
general,
tried
her
here with an arrow,
right, in
and
general,
Hmm.
her whole life has been like, let me take care of this person or that person or whatever. And really since she split with Hopi, she hasn't had that. She's had
Hmm.
a couple opportunities at it, kind of, but she's turned them down.
mm,
The one with um uh
an arrow.
well,
No?
a narrow, but I was actually thinking Gina.
Oh
Oh
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Forgot that
yeah.
was like
She
a
wasn't
brief
attracted.
almost something.
Right.
Yeah, she wasn't really attracted to
And I,
Gina.
I I don't know that she's ever taken care of a narrow as much as she's like, oh, this is my way to, depending
Yeah,
on her mood, either debase myself or get off without having to have any sort of commitment.
yeah.
I think it was more the
But
second thing for her with
I
Annetto.
think most of the time.
she seems to be annoyed that he's married, and like she's sort of like,
Well, and I mean,
how
she thinks
dare you
she
come in?
thinks seems to think that giving into it is some sort of weakness, etc. She doesn't. She's not content with the idea that she's just using him.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm. And she's not content with the idea that he's using her,
right.
because he's got a wife and he's just like, coming over for, just for
Well, but the
a
wife's in
sexual thing.
Mexico, so it's really, when I come up here to work, you can be my side thing.
Yeah, she doesn't like that either. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then she kind of gives into it because she's like, oh well,
Right.
she needs companionship. She really uh needs someone in her life, and she hasn't. Yeah, she's definitely at a loss, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember much of her time living with Esther, so I'm looking forward to reading it again. Um,
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
yeah.
I got
Very
the
brief.
physical proof that
A
I read it at
while
some
ago.
point.
Well, I mean, you could have been silly and bought it and not read it, but that would have been
Oh no, no, no,
just.
no, no, no. I read it. It's just
What's the point of that?
I
you
sometimes don't even make it out of the store before reading Love and Rockets.
yeah. Um, I don't know. It's just that the earlier issues when I first started reading it were so. I don't know if it was the newness of it,
Well,
but like that story with Jesus and Luba when
yep.
he goes to jail, that's always been in my mind
Well,
because it
I
was
mean,
like,
the problem with being genius so early is you always have to live up to yourself.
yeah. I
I
Mhm.
mean,
mean,
but I mean, in terms of Beto, I mean, his story is still as good as, like there's
so,
still.
so, so are
I mean,
Jaime's, but
Yeah.
but you're still comparing them to themselves. So the ones that
Yeah.
like sink in the most are the ones that are most completed,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Yeah. I guess, yeah, with Jaime, the stuff that I love most, that you know, I I mean, I love this stuff, but I think the stuff that really hit me was his Love and Rocket stuff, like his
right.
brand race and
Mhm.
all that, because it was so different for the time. By the time we get to this, you're used to it now. I'm used to it, and it's become
Whereas
very domestic, and
when I read, because I read them the first time in the library editions, which are
uh,
separated by the writers and they're put in
mm,
um like story order. So
Mhm.
the first thing I read was Heartbreak Soup,
mm,
and then the second thing I read was The Love and Rockets from Jaime.
mm,
And then I went back to Gilbert and read all of Gilbert before I read any more Jaime because after reading only Heartbreak Soup and Love and Rockets, I mean, I appreciated Jaime as an artist, but I liked
mm,
Gilbert's stories way more.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think Jaime had the skills as a storyteller, but I don't think he developed the maturity in terms of having a story to tell
mm,
during those early
early,
Rockets ones. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
his characters
It
became
was more,
much more interesting.
yes, and
Um,
yes, exactly, yeah. At the same time, they're slower stories. You know what I
right,
mean? It's about more states of mind and
right.
people slowly kind of
I mean, you
maturing
started
and
to see
thinking.
hints of that with Rena and Maggie, like
Mm,
in the caves after the explosion
hmm. Yep,
is
that's
when you
right.
started to go, okay. Well, and Maggie's letters,
Mhm.
Yes.
the letters she would send and getting to see Hopi reading them, those were the
Mm,
highlights of
yeah,
the Rockets era.
yeah. And they made the connection with
Right.
Hoppers happen, and then the
So when he
transition to
started
Hoppers.
leaning much more into that is when I got much more into him.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, the death of Speedy, I mean, that
Yeah.
was
I mean,
fantastic
here we
that
are.
way.
We went to his grave in this issue.
Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
You know, so here we are, 10 years later in both the comic and real time for this, or
Yeah.
close to 10 years later in real time for
Yeah.
this. And it still hangs. I mean, for that matter, wasn't it last issue that Esther was asking Maggie if she blamed her for Speedy?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So I mean, and that's understandable. I mean, anytime you have a violent death of somebody that's in your inner circle, it has a really kind of outsized
Effect.
presence.
Yeah. Presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Um, I mean, there's some friend groups that have trouble surviving that sort of thing. They
Mhm.
can't be
Mm,
around each other because of the memories that it brings up,
yeah.
you know.
Totally.
Um, it can
Yeah.
have a really profound effect on group dynamics
Yeah. Yeah. It
and
has.
personal dynamics. I mean, Maggie has been out of sorts since then. Maggie was much
Yeah.
more grounded. I mean, Maggie loved Hopi and Maggie like hung on to Hopi and whatnot, but Maggie also held down a job even when Hopi was giving her a hard time for it. And Maggie was able to make certain that they had their living arrangements worked out and whatnot. It wasn't until Speedy died and Hopi left without saying goodbye that Maggie just
Now she's kind of been drifting.
she's been drifting ever since.
Yeah.
She had those two things happen in a rapid progression, and
Yeah.
she's really been adrift since then.
Yeah. Well, and then she got with Ray, but then
Right.
that kind of
That fizzled out.
Well, she got with Ray, and then she chased after Hopi, and then
yeah,
she left Hopi, and she hasn't even gotten home yet.
yeah,
You know, um, I mean, initially she tried to go, okay, I'm just done with that bitch Hopi. And she got with Ray. And she did have real feelings for Ray, but at the same time, she wasn't really done with Hopi, and therefore she
isn't
wasn't
over.
able to really commit to Ray.
Mm-hmm.
So she ran off to find Hopi, and he let her because he knew that he had to. But I
Yeah.
think he was hoping that she'd be back next week or next month, and then she wasn't.
Right.
And she didn't call, and she didn't tell him what was going on. At some point, he had to move on with his life
And then
because
he moved on with
what?
Anita.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
now she knows that or she thinks that's that's it now with Ray. So
right.
she's lost, the two people that
Right.
have meant
Particularly,
the
when
most to
she,
her.
she 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 gets to New York and it's great for a while until it's not. Because
Yeah.
when Hopi just like goes after the other woman in front of her, it breaks something in her. She's like, "Oh wait, I thought you looked at our relationship the way I looked at our relationship."
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
and in some level, I think Hopi did, but Hopi also has commitment problems, and also, I mean, just the overall dynamic when you take this whole story on Maggie's entire arc on a whole at this point is just, I mean, it's epic. Um,
Mm. Yeah,
and
totally.
I love that he's still writing about Maggie, 30 years after this issue,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And that she's continued to evolve and continues to evolve. But also that like she does get to grow up. She does get to find happiness at times and whatnot. It's not like, oh, we need to, because one of my favorite superhero comic people is Daredevil, and that's because Matt Murdock is just such a fantastic character. But at the
Mm.
same time, um, like for 40 years, it's been what can we hit Matt Murdock over the head with now? They don't really allow him to mature a lot, and I get it. It's way harder to write interesting stories about people being happy.
Yeah.
That's why we don't get many of them. There aren't a lot of movies about just people living happy, healthy lives.
Well, no,
Nope,
but
there's gotta
it's
be
not just
there's gotta
that,
be
but
chaos,
you
gotta be a conflict,
It's
gotta be a
sometimes
little
like the
messy,
last 10 minutes.
and that's all you get.
And I think that's a shame because I think there are stories to be told where people are behaving mostly in a healthy manner and I think that Jaime actually tells some of them, and that's something that I enjoy about his work. I think Gilbert sometimes tells some of them. Um, for that matter, I think we're kind of seeing Maggie working hard to get there right
Mm,
now.
totally.
It's like, yeah, the stories are still great and they're still delightful to read, but there's still so much of that mess, that conflict, that strife. But we are watching these characters go through life, and that's
Yeah,
life.
Maggie's
It's not
probably
all
pushing
rainbows and
30
sunshine.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not all rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes
Right.
it's messy.
In fact,
It's
it's
always messy.
generally messy, and that's what makes it
Yeah.
cool. You know, um, no mess gets kind of boring.
Yeah,
That's
well,
true. That's fair.
the idea is we read the story and we can relate to it and maybe think
Mhm.
about our own mess and how to solve it. You know. So,
Let's talk some panels.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
there's so many.
There are. It's going to be so hard to choose my favorite.
Well, I've just been scrolling through, and I think I like the machete on the head, the silent
Yeah.
moment.
I think I'm actually leaning towards that too.
Yeah, I think that's so cinematic and so perfect.
I think you and
Like,
I are going to be in agreement on that one.
yeah, we can grab another one too, and,
That's a good one. The
so
facial
yeah,
expression with the
Yeah,
machete sticking halfway into his head.
that's such a
I just love the way it stops the action right there, like choom, that's the end of him,
Yep.
and yeah, very amazing storytelling. So yeah, that's mine.
mine too.
Mm. Um,
I think it deserves that level of consensus. That is
yeah,
like all-time great, brilliant panel. And if I could get
yeah.
away with wearing it as a t-shirt at school, I'd ask my wife to make a
You
t-shirt.
absolutely would.
And I might still ask my wife to make a t-shirt, but I don't think
Not
I could
wear it
get
to
away with
school.
wearing it at school.
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
You might get dress coded for that one.
I mean, we barely have a dress code,
Fair.
but that
But
one might be
still,
pushing it.
this is probably pushing it a little bit. Well, I'd have to say
Yeah.
my favorite panel just because of how funny it was to me when I first read it. It's on page 24, the bottom right, where the kids are asking, "Are you guys the KKK? Do we look like the
That's a good
KKK?"
one. Yeah.
It was just,
I
it's
love
so
that.
cute because that is
That's
such a little kid thing to say.
yeah.
Just come out bold as hell, saying exactly what's on their mind. No
Mm.
filter whatsoever, and very little
I love,
tact. It's so funny to me. I love when little
yeah.
kids do that. It's hilarious.
It
I love his
is.
little tilt of the head. Are you
Yeah.
guys the
Yeah.
KKK?
Do we
It's
look like
great.
the
Great.
KKK?
Nah, we ain't the
Uh,
KKK. That's good stuff.
Well, there's
just
another
for that like little interaction between them, that has to be my favorite.
Yeah.
another week in the books. Next week we got a fantastic wrestling cover.
Ooh,
Look at
Oh,
that.
okay.
That's just
look at that.
Oh yeah,
Butt
great.
Sisters, Son of Butt Sisters, Return of Butt Sisters. So are we talking about the fart for the first three stories here?
Yeah.
Uh the Hernandez Satyricon and then War Paint from Jaime. Um,
Ooh.
so
Great.
fun stuff. Fun stuff, fun stuff.
Ooh.
But stuff for majority of next issue.
Yep. Butt sisters, more butt sisters, and some more butt
Oh,
sisters.
yeah. And Maggie drawn by Beto.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think because Hernandez Satyricon is everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's yeah. So we got Maggie Arena Hopi drawn by Beto.
Right.
That's so cool. A bit of love and black back to love and rockets. Hmm.
So
Oh, okay.
fun stuff for next week.
Yeah.
And then
Chaotic and
Good Lord.
weird, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's how we roll.
That's fair.
That's how we roll.
Little chaos, a little weird. What's not to
Right.
love?
Right. Alrighty. For Maria and Marisol, this has been the Love and Rockets Book Club on 22 panels. And we will see you after the next page.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.